Hello, greetings from Language Retreat. We keep getting questions and doubts from our students about which English test should we take, which is the preferred one. So these are very, very commonly asked doubts. And so we thought about bringing about a video series, on all the tests, all the English language tests. So this is the first one in that series. And today we'll talk about the IELTS, that is the International English Language Testing System, the most commonly attempted English test and the most commonly accepted as well. So we would learn more about this test. So students who wish to move abroad for their studies should think about attempting their IELTS depending on which college, which university they are planning to apply to. So about IELTS, more about it. Now, IELTS initially was conducted by the British Council. Okay. Later on now, it has got a few partners along with whom it is conducted. So, of course, it is one of the partners is British Council. Along with it, we have IDP Australia and we also have the Cambridge University Press. So they conduct the IELTS as of now. Now, why should we take the IELTS? The IELTS tests, okay, the scores of your IELTS tests are accepted as proof of your English language ability. Okay, and thousands of universities, hundreds of colleges accept those. To name a few, the topmost universities like the Oxford, the Harvard, the Princeton do accept these scores. Now, there are also the government organizations as well as private workplaces which accept these test results. Okay. So, but the immigration authorities also of Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and UK accept these tests. Okay. So it is a very commonly accepted test worldwide. Now, how can you take these tests? The test can be taken in two modes. Okay. The first mode is a pen paper test, and the second one is a computer based test. A pen paper test is the most traditional one and it still continues. Now, for a few years, they've also introduced the computer based test, wherein your skills will be tested in the same format, but in a computerized test and not a pen paper test. Okay, the format remains the same. Now, both of these tests, okay, though it is a computer based test, we are not going to attempt it online or in a virtual mode. We are going to attempt it at the centers only, which are designated by the IELTS institutions. Okay, so two types of tests here. These were two modes of giving your tests, right? The types of tests follow. The first one is IELTS Academic. IELTS Academic is, has to be attempted if you are seeking admission at a university for a degree or for a professional registration, okay, abroad. Now, IELTS General is the second type of test. IELTS General is attempted by people who are seeking admission for courses below the degree courses. Okay, so then you can give in your IELTS General. If you are migrating to an English speaking country, also you should give in IELTS General. IELTS UK. Okay, the third type of test, which is a recent one, is for people who wish to live, work, and study in the UK specifically. So, if you are applying for British citizenship, family visa, health and care workers and workers visa in the UK, in that case, you can take the IELTS UK test. So, we discussed three types of IELTS tests: IELTS Academic, IELTS General, and IELTS UK. IELTS Academic for people who wish to pursue post-graduation or degree courses in the foreign countries, or people who want to go in for professional registration. If you hold a professional degree and you want to register yourself in a foreign country, then you should give in this test, the IELTS Academic. IELTS General for students who are pursuing a course abroad, but which is not a degree course. It is a course which is below degree, okay, less than a degree course. Then IELTS General is sufficient enough. Also, if you're migrating to an English speaking country, then IELTS General is good enough. IELTS UK, as I said, for people who wish to live, study, and work in the UK. Okay, so if you plan to have a British citizenship or your family visa or your healthcare work visa, then you should go in for IELTS UK. Now coming to an important format, which is the fees for the course, fees for the test, I'm sorry. So the IELTS test can be registered for by paying rupees 18,000 as your test fees. Okay. The scores for the test are declared in the band format, okay, from band 1 to band 9. Now, band 1 being a non-user and band 9 being an expert user. So those are the degrees that you get, the levels in your bands, in your scores. Now, an important thing that you should note, the test scores of your IELTS are valid only for 2 years after the test is taken. Okay, so remember to plan your tests well, not to hurry to attempt your test. Prepare yourself well and only then attempt the test. Okay, the test results would be valid only for 2 years. So if you go in for admissions after that, you will have to retake the test. You will have to take that test again. Okay, because the test scores are no more valid. So plan your test accordingly, depending on your admission schedules, right? And here at Language Retreat, we do provide preparatory course for the IELTS examinations. It can be an online as well as an offline course. So take complete advantage of it. Be confident enough before you go in for your IELTS exam. So that is it about your IELTS examination. We'll be back with another video on a similar examination very soon. Till then, understand the testing system and plan your admissions accordingly. Bye.